You're listening to TPSRadio.net, the People's Sports Radio Network. This podcast is part of the TPS Radio Sports Podcast Network. Ladies and gentlemen, can I please have your attention? I've just been handed an urgent and horrifying news story. And I need all of you to stop what you're doing and listen. Cannonball!
Welcome to Sport Buffet.
Let's actually talk about some sports right now. You're listening to the show that started it all, the Sports Buffet, right here at TPSRadio.net. We are back. It is the return of the Sports Buffet. How's it going? I'm your host, Ray, and here by my side once again, in the co-pilot's chair, the Asian sensation, Jen.
Sorry, I was in the chat room. How's everything going?
Welcome, everybody.
Long time no hang out, Ray.
I know. It's been some time now.
It's been like last week since I saw you. That was enough.
That's true. What was it? 5 pitchers of beer during a normal dinner. Regular old dinner.
Yeah.
I only drank 1 pitcher. That was a crazy thing.
Yeah, that was really weird. I don't even know how I got home. I hitchhiked. I woke up. Some corner right around where my house was is weird.
So welcome, everyone, to the new relaunched Sports Buffet. Glad you guys could join us. We are going to be live every Monday night at 8 p.m. That's 11 on the East Coast. And it's going to be the same format that we had back in the day. Jen and I are going to...
But more of a train wreck.
More of a train wreck,
yeah.
if we can manage that. 2 hours of something.
Something. You should have seen us setting up, dude. We haven't done this in like a year.
Radio Aluminum going on right here at TPS Radio. So glad you guys could join us. And our friends in the chat room, including Mad Beat, Dio, Heat and Con. Someone else just jumped in. Who, me? Lag sucks.
Ray can't read. That didn't change.
Tony Bryan, Ustreamer, and WTR Stein. What's happening, guys? Glad you guys could join us this evening. We're going to open up the phone lines later tonight after our first break here at 800-390-3711, and we will do our best to try and get your phone call on the air. But I can't.
How many of these people did you pay to jump in the chat room?
Every one of them except me. And I bought her a steak dinner, and she's like, I'm all over it. I'm there.
She loves meat.
Yes. All right. So on tonight's...
Oh, she said you're a liar. But she does love meat.
On tonight's agenda, we're going to cover some general sports talk here at the beginning.
And us drinking. Basically,
how the show normally goes is we've decided to kind of combine a little bit of our old show, and that was Fantasy Foobar, with this new Sports Buffet. And basically what we're doing is we're going to have a new 6-pack of beer each week, and we're just going to drink it up while we're going. Tonight I've got... Sam
Adams Light.
Sam Adams Light.
I think we're about like 2 beers through each already, right?
Yeah, I
mean, just trying to set up.
I'm a big fan of the Sam Adams, so I can't go wrong with this. But I'm sure we'll get a crappy beer coming up pretty soon. We're going to have Jen's Rant and Rave segment, the NFL segment, and hit some fantasy football. We've got some college sports, and Jen is just going to go wild on that one. I'm going to try and hit on some MMA.
Not in the sports way, in the girls gone wild way. Did I not tell you that earlier?
That I did not know, okay. And we'll be putting Jen on the main screen here on the cam. We have the new dual cam setup going on, so I'm here on the main cam and Jen in high definition sitting next to me, and we'll switch that off as we go. And of course we'll have our loser of the week, and if we have time, Jen apparently has a bunch of drunk stories that she wants to... In the chat room, if you're in the chat room, and let me just say hi to the Ustream bot. It makes it to every show. Every show on TPS Radio, you can find the Ustream bot. Really nice guy. I'm going to type it right now in the chat room. All you have to do is type /Nick and then the new name. It's that simple.
Nice tutorial, Ray.
Even Jen could figure it out. In the chat room, Tim Stein, the Ustream bot, is a lush, and he likes to tip him back quite a bit. That sound you're hearing is Jen still trying to figure out how to work a microphone.
Yeah, I'm sitting... Did you tell him about the little sandwich throne that you made me? Why don't you tell him about that?
So I set up this couch because I thought, Jen's going to be here, so I have to make a throne for her. She's she makes a lot of demands when she comes in, and she's always complaining about this, that, or the other thing.
Don't get your panties on a bunch.
So what I did was I set up this very comfortable couch, and I have a nice little setup for her, so she has her little laptop and her high def, and she's looking good. And she goes to sit down, and it turns out that the table is up to her chin.
Yeah.
So she sits down, and she's basically like this.
Okay, let me try it. Hold on, I'm going to move this. Hold on.
So what we have going on here is I've got 3 phone books. I've got 3 phone books and a mattress pad underneath her. And that's basically teetering, and it's all precariously teetering. So she's the entire time that she's sitting there, it's like an abdominal workout as she's trying to teeter and stay on there. So we'll see.
I do my sit-ups.
We'll see if she manages to.
I would love to see you sit on this thing.
I don't know if that's possible. At some point in the show, we're going to see Jen's feet as she just barrels over and.
Hold on a second, Mickey.
We have just general people wandering in.
Where's the hijack?
In the garage. Yeah. For those of you in the chat room, we anticipated this being a train wreck to start off with. So as Jen gets herself prepared and gets herself back into her throne, as we're trying to work this out for her.
Okay.
And she's back. Radio Aluminum right here at TPS Radio. So at the end of the show, we're trying to hit on one of Jen's notorious drunk stories and
good one.
And finish out the night. So we'll see if we can fill in 2 hours. I think it's going to work, but before we get started, it's very important that we do this, and Jen thought it appropriate to ring in the return of the buffet by bringing in a bottle of champagne. So what we're going to do,
I got to move the throne over.
We're gonna pop this open to celebrate the brand new relaunch of the Sports Buffet, and we're glad that we're back. And really, this is the show that kind of launched TPS Radio. This is the one that was one of the first shows.
And this was it just started with us kind of hanging out.
In one of its many incarnations, we started out with the Fantasy Foobar. And
I think that was when I answered your Craigslist ad that said looking for a 12-year-old lookalike.
We agreed.
And I was like, oh, that sounds cool.
We agreed to keep that under wraps. But
sorry, dude.
Thank you for releasing that. So Fantasy Foobar was the very first show, and we've just kind of grown from there. And Jen's been along pretty much the entire time. So
I've known you for quite a bit. What, 5 years now?
A long time, yeah, about 5 years.
Unfortunately.
So we're gonna go ahead and pop this open as we get ready.
Please don't point it over here. You scare me. Oh, you're so good.
See, I actually know how to.
You're so
open
smart.
And of course, we're glad that all of you guys are joining us tonight, and we're very happy to be back. And of course, I always like any excuse to hang out with Jen, and tip back some cold ones and talk some sports.
Everyone keeps making fun of my Brady's jersey. It's okay.
What's the score of the? Jen's watching the game. We've got the game in the studio.
24-20. They're gonna do it. What? That's not my running back. So throw it to Randy Moss.
Am I the only one that is just really rooting for the Patriots to lose, but for the defense to score points because?
Well, you have their defense.
My fantasy.
Well,
defense.
see, fantasy screws up all your loyalties. That's the thing, because when you play for money, it's a totally different ballgame. My brother and I had a big throwdown because he's a Baltimore Ravens fan, loves Ray Lewis, and we lived together. So there's basically like WWF in the hallway. but I kicked his ass hands down. So
all buck 10 of Jen. Laying the smackdown. Okay. I know this is not good radio, but I'm going to go ahead and hand this over to Jen.
Uh-oh.
She has herself.
Okay, hold on. Let me get off my throne.
Can you teeter on there?
It's a good thing I have those balance balls at home and sit on those. Jesus Christ. Let me roll all over the place.
So, Jen, to the return of Sports Buffet, and welcome back to
champagne's
TPS
like
Radio.
3 years old. I hope it's okay. It's pretty good. No, don't give me that look, dude.
It's delicious. It's delicious, Jen.
Good. Shandon better be delicious.
So as we get back into this, let's... You know what? And in the chat room, the people like watching you sipping the champagne. Let's get started with...
the whole bottle. Can I have the bottle?
Yes, you can, my dear.
Right.
So what we're going to do is, let's get started with something that we enjoyed doing back in the day, and we're going to enjoy doing it now, and that's going to be Jen doing the news. So go for it, Jen.
Where's my music?
I got a little music here for you.
Tell me about your Raiders this weekend. Raiders pull out the win over Broncos. That sucked because I had Elam as a kicker. And what did you think about Russell playing? You must have been stoked.
I was very excited to see Russell go in there. I was a little bit surprised when they did it, and more so surprised when they pulled him out, because I thought maybe they would officially go ahead and hand over the reins and get him started onto leading the team. That being said, from what I saw, I can't complain. That first pass to Jerry Porter to the sideline was a rocket and a well-thrown ball, and I really think that his mobility, his size, and just what he can bring to the table is going to be pretty huge. 4 for 7 for 56 yards. You can't complain. I think he
rushed for like 4. But he wasn't in for very long.
He wasn't. I mean, and then he had the issue with a bad snap on the shotgun and then a bad handoff to Lamont Jordan.
That's true.
But I'm not going to put all that on Russell. Again,
it's good to see him out there, I think, because you guys need help.
We do, but here's the thing, and this is going to be the sticky situation with Oakland. Do you ride that momentum as we keep going with McCown, or do you go ahead and go and put Russell back in, and just make that commitment?
I would
now?
Put Russell back in because McCown sucks.
It was kind of the weekend of the McCowns, though, wasn't it?
Yeah, Luke McCown. That's bullshit, dude. What kind of name's McCown? Put in Russell, dude. They should put in Russell because his alma mater is going into the title game. They should put him in, dude. He went to LSU.
He did, and well, here's the thing. I was steadfast in saying you wait and you put him in at the end of the season when you have a few games left and it really doesn't mean anything. But now that I've seen him in there, I want to see him just go.
I think it'll just take time. He may not be able to start full games right now. But I think
at this point, I think he's ready. I think they can dumb down the offense enough so that there's just a set plays, set
true.
Bit of plays.
Ultimately, your team still sucks. Is really the summary of that news.
Well,
line.
and the thing is, though, is that you want to end the season in, in a good momentum.
Well, my team, the Niners, totally blew it against the Panthers. I don't know if you saw that game.
Trent Dilfer.
I know.
He's on fire, let me tell you.
He's on fire in a bad way.
And it's a good thing that they brought in that offensive consultant, wasn't it?
Yeah. Well, Alex Smith I don't think is going to be around for much longer, but we lost the Panthers. I can't even watch it anymore. It was terrible. In terms of some other kind of college football news, UCLA fired their coach. I don't know if you know anything about college football, Ray, but...
A little bit. I'm not a big college football person, but I do follow enough to stay competent.
So Darrell's out after 5 years, I think, as their... he basically can't recruit worth shit. They don't really do very well in bowl games, so he's out. There might have been a chance that he could have stayed if they beat USC, but they got pretty much creamed by USC, 24-7. So he's out. Some baseball news. I think the whole Johan Santana trade is still up and about. The Yankees set a deadline for him on Monday. I think they're offering out Melky Cabrera, one of their pitchers, and they're also in contention with the Red Sox. Actually, about it. And the Red Sox originally were either going to offer up John Lester, their pitcher, and Coco Chris, but the Twins want Lester and Jacoby Ellsbury, who is their center fielder that they brought up, probably right around playoff time. Really, really good guy.
Do you think that's a good decision, though, in loading him after bringing him up to
probably
right
not
there at the end of the season?
I liked seeing him as a Red Sox. I thought he fit really well in there, and he can bat too, which is because Coco Chris was horrible during the playoffs. He was batting 200 or so.
Yeah.
And I think, I don't know. I'm not sure. I don't know if that's really what they want to do, because even Theo Epstein, their general manager, he loves Jacoby Ellsbury. Wants bring him up through the ranks as as a Red Sox. So I don't really know how willing they're. I mean, they put that on the table, but I don't really know if that's the best decision.
Well, I mean,
personally,
listen, we're at the I don't know what you want to call this point of the off season for Major League Baseball, and really you're going to start seeing a lot of moves coming up. And I'm hearing the rumblings with Oakland as well, and Harden and such, and what's going to be happening there. The Giants on the other side. I mean, let's wait a while, and
Harden's on the market.
He is.
There are people. He's a good pitcher too. He had a really good year.
I'd hate to see him go. I really would.
Well, that's because you're Oakland. No, I don't like any Oakland teams. I'm sorry to hit your microphone, but he's a good pitcher. He was awesome. I saw him pitch, I think, against when Chris Young came to town when Padres played.
Okay.
It was, and then at the time, Chris Young was playing really well before he got hurt.
Mm-hmm.
That was a really good matchup. I don't remember who won because I was
you were
wasted.
Drunk. Yeah, well,
pretty much.
I barely remember the game that we went to. So.
Oh, the A's Red Sox. Mm-hmm. Yeah, Ray was wasted.
Yeah, did we win that one? Yeah, I think we did.
Oh, whatever, but I was,
innings,
but I was way more drunk than you. Anyways.
Can't touch that one.
Huh?
I can't touch that one at all.
And in terms of the Redskins, Sean Taylor, they had his funeral, I believe, today. And I don't know if you were able to see the Washington Redskins Buffalo Bills game.
I did. I saw that first play. Yeah.
Yeah, where so they came out with 10 men.
I don't want to say it was cool, but it was a nice way of.
It's a nice gesture. I've heard from some people that it would have been better if the Bills kneeled, like took a knee.